Welcome back to Art Club. We are going to be making some more adorable little critters today. We're going to be making these turtles. So let's make sure that we have all the supplies we need ready to go. So we are going to want to have 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to be choosing 2 different shades of green for my turtle, but your turtle could totally be different colors. So choose any 2 colors. One's going to be the color of the body of our turtle, and the other one is going to be the color of the shell. So go ahead and pick those out. We are going to want our glue stick. Maybe for decorating we might want some markers or some googly eyes or some eyeball stickers or anything else you might also want to decorate with. So that is kind of up to you as an artist. If you can think of anything like, we're like, oh, I know this would be so cool, go ahead and grab those things and we'll be able to decorate our turtles too. We're going to need scissors, and you don't need this, but optional would be to grab like a cereal bowl or like one of those small salad plates, something that's about 6 inches or so. It's kind of nice to trace. Speaking of which, we should also have a pencil too for tracing with, okay? So those are the supplies that we're going to want to have for this. You can see I've got some of mine out right here, but I'm going to set some of this stuff off to the side for a moment. So between my 2 colors that I have out, I need to choose which one do I want for the body and which one do I want for the shell. I'm going to choose the lighter color for the body, and just so that we're making these kind of like size appropriate, I'm going to actually start off by folding my paper in half. Notice my paper was sideways. So I'm folding in half what's called hamburger style. So not the long skinny way. I'm going to fold it the more wide way, as if you were making like a card or a book. And we only need half of this paper. The other half we can save. Maybe we save it for some decorations on the shells. Maybe we save it for another day entirely. But we only need half that piece of paper. Okay, so for my turtle, the body part, so remember, this isn't the shell, this is just the body part. We're going to want to have a head up at the top, right? And we're going to want to bring it on down and bring out some cute little turtle. Some turtle legs. And like that. We're not going to see a lot of this body, but we just need to kind of give it some legs. It looks going to look like a gingerbread man, honestly. Without its shell. That's kind of what it's going to look like. Okay, try to make sure, if you can, try to get that to fill up as much of this as possible. We wouldn't want to have like, you know, where it's really tiny like this. I mean, I suppose you could if you want a little frog. Turtle! What is it with me today? I do know the difference between a turtle and a frog, but they're both green, and apparently that's confusing me today. Go ahead, grab out your scissors, and let's start cutting out our turtle's body. Alright. We're strange little gingerbread man at the moment. Because it definitely kind of looks like one right now, doesn't it? Alright, cutting that out all the way around. Here we go. And if I'm going too fast, whoops, or too slow, feel free to pause the recording, speed it up, whatever works best for you. But I'm going to go ahead and continue cutting this out all the way around. Notice that I'm not exactly perfect on these lines. I'm not worried because I'm going to be flipping my paper over anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So you can see that's not right on there, but I'm not going to actually look at this side. That is going to be the bottom. You can keep this if you want to use this for some decorations in a bit, or otherwise you can recycle that. But let's move on to the shell next. So for my shell, I am going to use that bowl. So I'm going to be using one. You can see that this is going to fit. It's a little bit big, I would say, but it's going to get smaller as we like make it into a shell. So kind of put yours on there. If it's like just a little too big, then it's actually perfect. If it's way too big where you can't see your turtle's body at all, then we might need to either pick something that's smaller or just draw our own circle. But you could use like a mug or a mason jar or something like that too. All right, I'm going to put it as far to the edges as I can because I don't want to put it right in the middle of my paper and waste my paper. I'm going to put it all the way to those edges. And I'm going to trace around just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to cut that circle on out. Just like before, go at your own pace, okay? Don't feel like you need to keep the same pace as me. That would be almost impossible, I feel like. Even for me to do it the same exact pace twice in a row would be really hard. Alright, whenever you've got your circle cut out, the next thing that we want to do, because we want this turtle shell to kind of pop up, right? We want it to be like rounded on the top. So I'm going to actually take and I'm going to cut from the edge to the middle-ish. Okay, so it's going to kind of look like, if you've ever played the game Pac-Man, it's going to kind of look like that. Then you want to see, so do you see how I'm kind of like overlapping it? Kind of test it out and like how much do I want it to be up in the air? The more you go like this, the taller it's going to get. The less you overlap it, the shorter it's going to be. Okay, so you can kind of play around with that, see what looks best for yours. I think mine looks good somewhere around there. And now I'm going to need to put glue in that area, aren't I, in order to make sure that that sticks. So here we go. Get some glue all over and where that's going to overlap. And kind of press that on down. That's going to be so cute, isn't it? So now is the point where you really get to decorate your turtle and make it look exactly how you want. So let me pull a picture up on the screen here for you to look at for maybe some inspiration. But I really want you guys to make yours uniquely your own. So, give me 1 second. There we go. And there. Okay, let me make it nice and big for you guys. So you can see on the example I have here, we've cut out some different colors of paper into little circles. You could do something like that. You could also use your markers to color different, circles, or maybe you want to add stars or hearts or something else to the shell. It doesn't have to be super realistic. You as an artist can make it look how you want. For the eyes, you can see in the example here, we just used white paper in little circles, and then we added in the black, right, the iris portion of it, or the pupil, I should say. But you could also use your cute little stickers. You could use your googly eyes. So feel free, once again, as an artist, to get creative that way. And then, of course, if you want to add a little mouth, you absolutely may. Once you're ready, though, once you've got it all nice and decorated, we definitely want to make sure to connect it. So I always kind of like look at where do I need to glue. I'm just going to kind of draw a little line where that shell is going to be. And now I know that I want to put my glue, and I'm actually going to use a liquid glue on this, but if you want to use a glue stick, you could try that out. I think that the liquid glue, since it's a 3D shell, is going to just work a little bit better at holding it, although the tough part about using a liquid glue, you have to be more patient for it to dry, right? It takes a little bit longer. So do what works best for you. See what you have on hand and what you got. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And if you need to, you might want to like grab something to kind of set on top of here. Like maybe I even just take, you know what would probably work well? My scissors, because they have that little space right in there. Let's see if I can get them sort of lined up. Basically, I want to just make sure I'm holding it or giving it enough pressure. Yeah, like that works. so that it's holding down to the glue. If you don't have something on top of it, it might kind of rise up, and then the glue might not actually adhere the shell to the body. So give it some time to dry though, and you can see my glue's kind of seeping out the sides. We're not worried about that because it will dry clear, and that just means it's going to be a little stronger since there's enough glue on it. So that's a good thing. Don't forget too, whenever you are done with this today, I'm going to want to see this in the Hall of Frame. I'm sure it's going to be adorable. So go back on into our Club Hub, click on the Hall of Frame, and don't forget, if you're not sure how to exactly get the picture on there, in slide 1 there's a quick video that'll show you here's how to add your pictures in the Hall of Frame. I promise it only takes, once you know what you're doing, it only takes like 20 seconds. It's really fast. But it's a great way to share your artwork with me, with your peers, with staff, because everyone loves to see the art that you're creating. And I can't wait to see it. And I'll see you again for next club. Bye.